Blue Eyes.
Hi guys, this is Mike and I have to tell you a story. A couple of weeks ago I was at work, it was a slow day, there wasn't much to do, and so I was surfing on the internet. And I landed on one of those pages where people are selling their used guitar gear. So I was checking out guitar and bass pedals when suddenly I saw this beautiful blue guitar. And I said to myself, wow, that thing looks really cool. And it didn't just look good. The seller said it was in great condition, the price was very fair, he wanted 150 euros for it, and also the color. I am a sucker for all things blue. Now bear in mind, I don't want another guitar, I don't need another guitar, but still, I decided to buy it. The only problem that I had was that the guy was living 300 kilometers from my place, and I was not willing to drive that far. But by pure coincidence, a friend of mine, Christian, was in that very area that weekend, and so I asked him if he could buy that guitar for me and take it back to our city. He agreed, and I gave him the money and an old guitar bag and said what to look for. See, my friend Christian is not a musician and he has no clue what guitars are supposed to look like. So I just said, watch out for scratches in the finish, watch out for rust on the metallic parts, and just look if the guitar is in an overall good condition. And so the weekend came and my friend went there to visit his family, and he stopped by the seller and he even sent me a photo of the guitar through WhatsApp, writing, "It looks good." And the seller even reduced the price to 140. And yeah, I was quite happy. And then Monday came and I met with Christian. He handed me over the guitar bag and I opened it up like a little child on Christmas Eve, and my first impressions were not great. The guitar was in a terrible overall shape. There were scratches all over the place, not deep ones, but still. The strings were so dirty, they were almost black. There was no rust, fortunately, but a lot of like slime and grimy stuff and dust all over the guitar. And I thought, well, this was a dud. The strings were so high up that I could put my whole thumb in there, so the guitar was in a terrible condition. But since there was no way to return it and I had paid money for it, I decided to give it a chance and went to work. I took the strings down, I cleaned the fretboard with lemon oil 2 times, and I tried to get rid of the smell, because the guitar was smelling so funny, by using this great guitar polish by Gibson. I'm not endorsed by Gibson, but I just love the smell of this product. Then I put new strings on, worked on the string height, had to work on the intonation, and now here's the end result. A definitely used but very good looking Epiphone Les Paul Jr. I'm really quite fond of the result. I think I cleaned it up really nice, it got back its shine. You can see that there are scratches all over the place. The black guard here has scratches on it, the finish as well. But overall, this is a really beautiful looking instrument and I am pleased with it. So what I did, because of course looks aren't everything, I recorded a couple of samples with it, which we're going to listen to now. And after that, I'm going to give you my opinion on this instrument. Enjoy. guys, welcome back, and I hope you like the samples. I tried to incorporate a little bit of everything into the mix. So here are now my thoughts on this guitar, and let's start with the things that I like. What I like about this guitar is, first of all, the weight. It really feels hefty, it feels like a nice piece of wood, it has a great weight to it, not too heavy, not too light, it just feels right. I also like the simplicity of the bridge system here. It's a wraparound bridge which incorporates the string holders, and I think that's a really nice thing to have for such a basic guitar. The tuners on this thing work great as well. They're a little bit stiff, I guess, but they work and they hold the tuning really nice. I like the simplicity that you have just one pickup and that's everything you have, and you're not tempted to like play around with sounds because this is all you got. So there are a lot of things to like, and of course I think the color is gorgeous. What I also like, and I guess that's an advantage of this wraparound bridge here, is the sustain of this thing. If you hit the notes, they go on and it just rings and the whole guitar vibrates. It's really great. But of course there are also a couple of things which I don't like about this guitar. So let's start with the most obvious one, the neck shape. They call this a 1960s slim taper neck, but there's nothing slim about it. To be honest, it feels like half of a baseball bat, or maybe 1/3 of a baseball bat. It's definitely not the thickest neck that I ever played, but it's also not the thinnest or the fastest one. Then it's heavily lacquered, which makes for a nice visual because it has the same color as the body of the neck. It's blue. It's not black as in this video, it's blue. I don't think you can see it here. It looks really nice, but it is heavily lacquered. And one more thing which I'm not fond of is this whole wraparound bridge system. I mean, it has the advantage of having great sustain, but you can't set up the strings individually, right? You basically have just 2 screws per side to set up the height and the distance of the strings, which doesn't make it the most comfortable system to work with when you want to set up intonation or string distance. So these are the 2 main things that I don't like about this guitar: the neck shape and this bridge system. But having said that, the neck is definitely something that you can get used to. It's a little bit thicker than on my Gibson or on my other Epiphone. And you can actually buy bridges that are wraparound, but where you can individually set up the saddles. So I guess I will look into that. Because all in all, I really think that was a great purchase actually. I mean, it was not in great condition as the seller claimed, and I would definitely advise to buy a guitar sight unseen. But now that I have it and cleaned it up and set it up, I think it's a really nice instrument. Do I need it? No. Do I want to keep it? Yes. Because I had one idea. I have a lot of guitars for like different purposes. I have my Strat for like clean purposes. I have my humbucker equipped Gibson. But what I don't have is a dedicated metal guitar. And so I thought, why not turn this instrument into a dedicated metal guitar? Because all the parts are here. It has a very simple, very sustainful bridge system. It has one pickup that I could switch for another one. And it just feels like a great instrument to experiment with. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I will try to turn this guitar into a metal beast. So if you would like to see that, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, let me know in the comment section what you think of this guitar, and yeah, stay tuned, see you next time, bye.